brought coffee. I should have brought coffee.
You should have brought coffee. I only brought coffee for me.
Well, there's only one coaster.
I didn't bring enough for the class, sorry.
We need another coaster.
So, you know, I've liked this song for a long time because I remember when Robert Plant and Alison Krauss came out with the Raising Sand album.
Excellent album.
Yeah, and I don't think there was a dud on it. I like every single song.
Yeah, it's one of the rare albums that I can listen to it over and over again and not want to skip any of the songs.
And I know that they recorded it in Nashville, I believe, and it's cover songs.
Yeah.
And this particular song, it's catchy, right?
It's
and
very catchy.
Kind of would have liked to do it with like a swampy band behind us. Would have been nice, maybe in the future.
Maybe we'll do a retro of it,
guitar.
like more people. Yeah, we'll do a retro.
And a tremolo guitar and a bunch of stuff, but an apt song for Halloween,
yeah,
of course. And then I was surprised to find out, because all this time I've been listening to it, I never knew it was an Alan Toussaint song.
Yeah, which you're a big fan of.
I'm a big fan of Alan Toussaint, and I think he is a great songwriter.
Yeah.
And we've covered him with other songs, like I think we did On Your Way Down.
We did.
And I think we did Southern Nights.
Yes.
And of course, both of those songs were songs that he wrote and saw more success with other artists than himself.
Doing it, yeah.
On Your Way Down was recorded by Little Feat.
Uh-huh.
And then...
That was a version I was familiar with.
And then Southern Nights was made really famous by Glenn Campbell.
Mm-hmm.
And then this song was actually... I read that he actually wrote this song for somebody, and that was the first person to record it. And I can't remember who it was that recorded it. But it's easily Googleable. And that should be a word if it's not. Because in today's age...
Yeah.
Today's age, that should definitely be a word. Googleable.
Indeed. You know, like, kind of blows my mind a little bit, like, thinking back to our childhood, when the internet was just, like, pre-invented, really, and then as it came into our homes, the internet was still such a foreign concept, and now you ask anybody what Google is and they could tell you, whereas if you had asked our child selves what is Google, we would have thought maybe it was a bug.
Made up word.
Or, yeah, like a toy.
Right.
A new cartoon coming out. Google.
And why Google, out of all the search engines, is that the one that took off? I don't even know if it was the best. I think it was just... It's
synonymous with a search now. It's almost like saying Q-tip for cotton swab or Kleenex for a facial tissue.
Or Cheez-It for cheese cracker.
Indeed. Yeah. Cheez-Its. Yeah, so, but it's synonymous with search engine, though a lot of people don't use Google. They'll use a different search engine. We'll still use the vernacular, I'm going to Google it.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny how it's just
crazy.
Wormed its way in.
It is. So any of you can Google and see the original version of this song. I did prefer the Robert Plant and Alison Krauss version.
That
myself.
is my favorite treatment, although there was like a really slow one that had kind of this, it gave it a little bit more of a creepy vibe.
Which is kind of like how I think I'd like to record it if we were to do it.
Like as a band, though, yeah.
Yeah, you know, and Alan Toussaint is one of my... You know, I guess like regrets for not seeing while they were alive. You know,
Mm-hmm.
So like Jerry Garcia.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like I got into him like a hair late.
Yeah, you didn't discover them.
Alan Toussaint, I was into, but he wasn't really touring outside of Louisiana that I know about. And of course, he passed away recently, a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So, but I think he would have been a really, really good show to see.
Yeah.
Up until the end, probably. So, but he's left us with a lot of good source material.
Heck of a legacy, yeah. Heck of a legacy. Like, tons of just super well-written songs. And I know when you were finding out, I was in the other room when you were finding out that it was Alan Toussaint that wrote the song. And you said, well, of course we like the song. Do you know who wrote it?
Yeah. Of course. Of course.
Of course.
Of course we like this song. Like, I was like... No wonder I like this song. You know, and the thing about Alan Toussaint that's kind of cool is that he can write a long form song or a short form song. Like, this song's not very long lyrically.
Right.
It's like 2 verses, kind of in a chorus. Or
I think
a couple
it's just
verses in
kind
a
of
chorus,
cute.
but it's
I know.
cute.
I know. It's
Yeah.
like for.
And for
I
him,
know
it was probably kind of cute too.
Yeah.
You know.
It's got a little twist in the story, and it's kind of like the reason it's our offering for spooky season is because it's kind of into like the mystic things and sort of the, oh, she knew it was gonna happen. You know, like the fortune teller or whatnot, but it's not exactly creepy. We're not talking zombies and ghosts and specters, you know.
No, yeah, it's cute.
It's just cute.
It's cute.
Yeah.
So, you know, Alan Toussaint is like such an American treasure that, so he wrote Working in a Coal Mine, which is like, to me, it seems like it's a song that predates modern music to me. You know,
Right.
it seems like a folk song,
older.
like a song that is like, stood the test of time, you know, and by the time I knew about it in the 80s, probably when I was a kid, you know, because I think it's something that I sang in grade school. It seems like, you know, it's like one of those songs that's just kind of always around you, and it seems like, wow, this is crazy. This person lived in our lifetime. It seems like one of those titans that should have lived before you were born.
The Judds did a version of the song that, I mean, I love their harmony, so it's a beautiful version of the song as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, I heard that when I was in grade school. But back to your point of it feels older. To me, it's still kind of, it blows my mind that we still have coal mines that humans go down into and mine coal. So it's such a dangerous, thankless, like, job. It still blows my mind. It seems like that should be, that job for a human being, as dangerous as it is, should be further into, like, in the past. You know, so maybe that's why it feels like an archaic form of work almost.
It does, and, you know, I think that the pursuit of wealth shows no bounds, and it shows no, like, discretion, you know, and often other people's pursuit of wealth is paid for by a pound of somebody else's flesh, you know, and that's sad to think about in this day and age, you know, and it's like, I guess when I was a child, you know, it's like you have the wonder of a child and you think of the future being some utopian society.
Yeah,
where
know? Everybody gets along.
And things really change.
We all help each other.
Right.
Yeah.
Things change at a much slower pace than you expect when you're a child. You know? At the same time where you're a kid that can't imagine Google, you know, you can't imagine people being kind to each other. Yeah, I was a kid that imagined that, you know, people working enslaved to other people in various forms, you know, would be something that was archaic and of the past, and, you know, and it was like,
had no place.
Things like prejudices and discrimination, you know, I would have thought that stuff would have been stuff that the human...
It should only be in the history book.
Yeah, it should only be in a history book.
Yeah,
but
there's no place...
Here we are, right?
Yeah, like, so. I feel like in our society, as much wonder as there is in the world, there is no place for racism, for elitism, for genderism. Like, there should be no quarter for those things in our society.
Well, I guess it all comes down to that it's easier to tear somebody else down than it is to build yourself up or build up those around you.
It's so hard for me to understand, like, and I get it because I have my dark days too. For everybody, though, everybody is beautiful and special, and we all have purpose and a place, and that there are those dark places that we go to that we don't believe that of ourselves, that we have to push down on other people to get an ounce of peace in our souls. Like, we got to be drawn from a different well. Yeah. If ours, we got to go somewhere else. Like, we can't be pushing down on other people. We're already all down.
There's got to be something better.
There's got to be something better.
Yeah. I think that probably that's why I've held on to music so tight through the years, because it is something better. Yeah. You know, it's a glimpse into the utopian society. It's a glimpse into the past of worse days, and it's a glimpse into the future of better days. You know? And I think that, to me, music encapsulates all that the human race is capable of, beautiful and not so beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.